Hey everyone, welcome back to Vita. Today we are starting right in the heart of Rome at the Pantheon, one of the city's oldest and most iconic landmarks. From there, we'll walk over to Piazza Navona, famous for its stunning fountains and lively atmosphere. And finally, we'll head toward the Castel Sant'Angelo, where history meets the Tiber River. Let's walk through centuries of Roman beauty together. Stay with me till the end. The Pantheon was built nearly 2000 years ago and is one of the best preserved monuments of ancient Rome. Originally a temple to all gods, it's now a church and home to the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome.
Papa vai mandar print pro Papai Noel.
Now we're heading toward Piazza Navona, one of the Rome's most iconic squares. Along the way we'll pass by Palazzo Madama, the seat of the Italian Senate and a beautiful example of Renaissance architecture. Church of Saint Louis of the French. Dating back to the 16th century, this is the national church of France in Rome, located near Piazza Navona. It houses the famous Cantorelli Chapel with three masterpieces by Caravaggio depicting the life of Saint Matthew, his first major public commission.
CDM.
Palazzo Madama, the seat of the Italian Senate. Now we have entered Piazza Navona, one of the most famous squares in Rome. It was actually built on top of an ancient Roman stadium from the 1st century, the Stadium of Domitian. That's why the square is oval-shaped. Right in the center is the Fountain of the Four Rivers. At both ends of the square there are two more fountains. Fontana del Nettuno, also known as the Fountain of Neptune. It was added in the 19th century. It shows Neptune fighting a sea monster surrounded by mermaids and sea creatures, symbolizing the power of the sea. Fontana di Quattro Fiumi, designed by Gian Lorenzo Bernini in 1651. The Fountain of the Four Rivers is the centerpiece of Piazza Navona. It represents four great rivers from four continents: the Nile in Africa, Ganges in Asia, Danube in Europe, and Rio de la Plata in America. At the center stands an Egyptian obelisk. Right behind the fountain stands Sant'Agnese in Agone, a stunning Baroque church designed by Borromini, the rival of Bernini. It was built on the site where Sant'Agnese was believed to have been martyred in ancient Rome. This church with a massive dome is a perfect example of 17th century Roman Baroque architecture. Fontana del Moro features a central figure of a Moor wrestling with a dolphin, surrounded by four tritons. The original design was by Giacomo della Porta, and Bernini later added the central statue. Now we're heading toward the Supreme Court of Cassation and Castel Sant'Angelo. We have now reached the Tiber River, known in Italian as Fiume Tevere, the lifeline of ancient and modern Rome. It's the third longest river in Italy, stretching over 400 kilometers, and it flows right through the heart of Rome. Back in ancient times, the Tiber was essential for trade, transport, and military strategy. According to legend, the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus, were abandoned as infants and rescued along the banks of this very river by a she-wolf. So in many ways, the Tiber is where the story of Rome truly begins. Today, it still plays a big role in shaping the city's character. You'll find beautiful bridges crossing it, like Ponte Sant'Angelo and Ponte Umberto I, and it offers some of the most scenic views in the city, especially at sunset. Even though the river is no longer used for major navigation, it remains a symbol of Rome's ancient soul and enduring beauty. Right in front of us is the Supreme Court of Cassation, or Corte Suprema di Cassazione in Italian. It's the highest judicial authority in Italy, where final appeals are heard, not to decide guilt or innocence, but to make sure the law was applied correctly. The building itself is massive and elegant, built in the early 20th century, and often called Palazzo, or the Ugly Palace, because of its grand and overwhelming size. It's one of Rome's most important legal and architectural landmarks. Now we're heading toward the Castel Sant'Angelo and the famous Ponte Sant'Angelo, the bridge, right by the river. Now you can see Castel Sant'Angelo, one of the most fascinating buildings in Rome. It was originally built almost 2000 years ago as the mausoleum of Emperor Hadrian, but over time it was transformed into a fortress, a prison, and even a secret residence for popes during times of danger. That's why you will find secret passages connecting the castle to the Vatican. Standing here, you can really feel how the structure blends ancient Roman strength with medieval and Renaissance layers. It is not just a monument, it's a place that's lived many lives. There is something magical about standing here. You have the castle on one side, the river beneath you, and the dome of St. Peter's Basilica just peeking through in the distance. It's one of those spots where you can really feel the layers of Roman history, from emperors to popes, all in one place. And right in front of the castle is the beautiful Ponte Sant'Angelo, the Bridge of Angels. It crosses the Tiber and is lined with 10 stunning angel statues, each holding a symbol of the Passion of Christ. These sculptures were designed by Gian Lorenzo Bernini, and even though some were carved by his students, the artistic impact is powerful. Thanks so much for walking with me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.